Well, good morning, and welcome to the Morning Report. My name is Willie Lawson. The Morning Report is a production of FightBackMedia.com, FightBackMedia.com, and FightBackMediaTV.com. I trust that you are great today on this Wednesday morning. Again, I hope that you're doing great. Listen, a lot of times we have in the past few years been caught up with this tit for tat sort of reactionary government, especially at the federal level. Um, you might have seen a couple of days ago, the president had a gay pride event. A gay pride event. I can't believe I'm saying that again, at the White House. And you might have seen this picture. Hopefully, I can remember to put this picture in the video, where from the back of the White House there are two large American flags, and and in the middle is the pride flag. Yeah, you know, the truth of the matter is a lot of folks, let's go ahead and tell the truth. A lot of folks aren't cool with that. They are not. Most people aren't cool with that. Just not cool with that. So, what does the Republican Party do? A new GOP introduced bill would ban the government from flying flags other than the American flag. This is a direct reaction after the Biden White House flew the progressive pride banner during its massive alphabet people celebration over the weekend. Senator Roger Marshall, Republican from Kansas, proposed the One Flag for All Act, which would make it illegal to fly, drape, or display any flag other than the nation's U.S. flag on federal buildings or properties, with limited exceptions. Uh, what he says is this: it's a sad state of affairs when the White House prioritizes their radical social agenda over patriotism. Marshall told Fox News Digital. Uh, sorry, I lost my mouse. The American flag stands for liberty and justice for all and should never be undermined by anyone, especially the President of the United States. The Biden White House is facing heat for allegedly violating the U.S. flag code by hanging the pride flag between two American flags during its gay and transgender celebration. So, according to the U.S. code, the flag of the United States should be at the center and at the highest point of the group when several flags of states or localities or pennants of societies or groups and displayed from staffs. Senator Marshall said, "This is a disgrace," he tweeted. "Not only is it in the breach of the U.S. flag code, but it's a glaring example of this White House's incompetence and insistence on putting their social agenda ahead of patriotism." The Republicans said that the bill would ensure the American flag does not take a backseat for culture wars and political points, adding, "It must stay the symbol of the country's freedom, which thousands of service members and veterans have fought and died to protect." Several others voiced concerns over the Biden administration's effort to push its radical agenda on the entirety of the nation, including children. Um, Chip Roy tweeted this: "We have a duty to stand up in defense of this country instead of a radical leftist ideology that results in a pride flag being hung at the same level as the U.S. flag on the front of the White House. Does the flag of the United States mean nothing?" Now, this was yesterday was today's Flag Day, by the way. Representative Mike Johnson tweeted, "Pursuing his twisted agenda, Biden dishonors the American flag and breaks federal law." 4 U.S. Code Chapter 1, Section 7E, the flag of the United States of America should be at the center and at the highest point of the group when a number of flags are grouped and displayed. Representative Collins tweets, "The flag of the United States of America is placed in equal stature on the flank of the alphabet called battle flag. The Biden administration is a disgrace." Yes. And all that's, and frankly, all of it's true. Now, My question to you is this: is it going to matter? I'm going to ask you, is it going to matter? Is this something that you want? Do you want a federal law that says the only flag that can fly on federal buildings is a U.S. flag, with a couple of exceptions? My my thought is that the veterans flag will fly. My thought is that the "Don't Tread on Me" flag will fly, and there will be historic flags that can fly from time to time. What do you think? What do you think? I don't know. Is it worth it? Well, I mean, first of all, Biden's never going to sign it. I mean, if it goes to the Senate and it doesn't die in the Senate, if it gets it out of the Senate, Biden's never ever going to sign it. And do they have enough votes for an override? No, they don't. So instead of this, what should they be doing? Write that down in the comments. Or do you think they should be doing this? If you do, write that down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Speaking of this, things are getting interesting now. A lot of us who work with kids, and I've worked with kids all my life, really. My job has been working in some part of education, or being an educator, or being a teacher, whether it was an assistant math teacher, or it was a saxophone teacher, saxophone, flute, clarinet teacher, dealing with kids. I have seen what the counterculture is. Here's a story of some middle schoolers, USA rebellion at a pride event that caused some of the people on the left a complete and total meltdown. As the kids say nowadays, these middle schools are based, and by that we mean they did something that sent shockwaves through a local Massachusetts community, stunned a local school board, and sent liberal media into a meltdown mode. Marshall Simons Middle School in Burlington, Massachusetts, just outside of Boston, saw an LGBT event wrecked by a pronoun rebellion. Pride flags were destroyed. The chants of USA rang through the school. To be more precise, they were chanting, "My pronouns are USA." While decked out in patriotic colors, the event caused some local school board members to lose sleep over the incident, which proved that some of these people in the community need to go outside and touch some grass now. The LGBT mob is pushing to punish these kids for exercising their constitutional right to free speech. This is a tweet from townhall.com. Parents, teachers, and school administrators are furious with a group of students for protesting Pride Day at their school. Instead of wearing rainbow clothes, these students showed up wearing American flag apparel, chanting, "My pronouns are USA." All right, now, there's nothing more clumsy than a middle school kid, middle school boy especially. There's nothing that is subtle about a middle school boy. Nothing. So I'm sure this was as ugly as a pushback as a middle schooler could handle. But Nancy Montanera, co-chair of the Burlington Equity Coalition, oh Jesus, said that the students were invited to wear rainbow clothing on June 2nd in celebration of Pride Month. On that same day, there was a counter demonstration in response to what should have been a day to celebrate. She said, students wore red, white, and blue clothing, chanted "My pronouns are USA," and destroyed rainbow decorations at school. You can't break stuff. You know, I understand, but you shouldn't have done it. Coalition is calling for consequences for the students who participated in the counter protest and is urging the district to fill a diversity, equity, and inclusion role. They said they had been vacant for almost a year. School board member Michael Espeo, there it is, said a bad light has been cast over our town. Just the opposite, Mike. A ray of sunshine is emanating from your town. A ray of sunshine, a ray of clear thought that came through a middle school boy, which is just the weirdest thing ever. Mike said, I was very upset and I've lost sleep over it. Said about the incident, it's kind of shocked me to my core. I didn't think something like that could happen in Burlington because we thought we had this damn place on lockdown. What you can't do really is lock down a middle school boy. Burlington School Committee Chair Martha Simmons condemned the incident at a meeting Tuesday night, but declined any specifics on disciplinary action, stressing that the offenders were mere eighth graders. I told you, eighth graders. Middle school should be a safe place for all students to express themselves, to make mistakes, and to learn from each other, Simon said. But a room full of parents, mostly of the LGBTQ kids, argued that school officials needed to take a stronger stand and use the incident as a teaching moment. Well, it is a teaching moment. I would say to those parents, it is a teaching moment. The moment, I mean, the lesson is that not all of these kids are down with your BS. They're not. And it teaches your kid and you that nobody has to be. That nobody has to dodge and weave around your feelings. They don't. They absolutely do not. And the other lesson is that even these eighth graders are tired of it. They're tired of the boys wanting to go in the girls' restroom, the girls wanting to go in the boys' restroom. They're tired of it. They're sick of it. And so they decided they would say something about it. Yes, in a very clumsy, horrible eighth grade fashion. But the lesson to be learned is that you are alienating a lot of children and you are just bulldozing their feelings and and how they look at the world for just a few kids. That's what you're doing. And that's the teachable moment. That is a teachable moment. My name is Willie Lawson. This is the Morning Report. The Morning Report, again, is a production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. We got to get out of here and make for somebody else. So until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We will see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.